What is going on, everybody? Welcome to my new Let's Play of Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. And this is the first game in the series that is 2.5D. I'm not going to say 3D because there are no truly 3D Kirby games, but this is the first 2.5D Kirby game. And what's cool is that I'm playing this on my Wii Virtual Console, so I get to use my GameCube controller, which is, if you didn't already know, my favorite controller. So let's come here to File 3, which is the only open file, I guess. So let's begin. And we already know how to do that. Hopefully. So we actually get a little bit of an opening cutscene here, but as you may know, there is no dialogue in Kirby games, so I will commentate as much as I want, and you can't say anything about it, so ha! But I guess this fairy here landed on Popstar, and their crystal, or whatever, broke into a bunch of pieces, and without any clear explanation except for what's happening right now, we have to find all the crystal shards and put them back together before it's too late or something like that. I don't know the plot of this game. So they decide that they're just gonna work together. That took like 10 seconds. Wow. Okay, so here we are on the world map, and each world in this game is like literally its own world because each world is a planet. So let's come here to Popstar. It's the only one we can do so far. So the actual level select is kind of like a paper, and the level icons are all drawn onto it in crayon. And let's come here to stage 1. So here we are, and as you may notice, Kirby has 6 units of health. You can suck in enemies and swallow them and all that, get copy abilities. And a cool feature about this game that I wish they brought back in later Kirby games is if you press X, if you have a copy ability, you can lift it up and you throw it at another enemy with a copy ability, and you can combine abilities. I really love this feature because it's even crazier than the animal friends and the abilities and trying to find new abilities like that in Kirby's Dream Land 3. This offers a lot more than that. It's so fun mixing and matching abilities and trying to figure out new ones. It's really cool. I really wish they brought this feature back in later Kirby games, but sadly they never did. So let's just snipe all these enemies down with my flaming arrows. It's the fire and spike ability. Yeah, long shot. Oh, that almost did it. Okay. So let's keep going here. Alright. Oh, that was too high. That was too high. Okay, there we go. So here, this game centers around these collectibles, which are the Crystal Shards. There are 3 in every stage. Some of them you'll just find regularly like that. Some you'll have to get to using a certain combination of abilities. And other times you'll have to either defeat a mini-boss or solve a puzzle or something like that. And if you collect all the crystal shards in the game, you'll unlock the true final boss at the end of the game, which is what I'm going for. So here is the first mini-boss of the game. As you can see, it's just like a big version of the gray guy. And, okay, that happened. He doesn't give you anything, though, so just move on. And as you can see, this game, like, it's really the only actual 2.5D Kirby game. As you can see, it kind of like angles the stage. It's not actually just a 2D game with 3D graphics. Like, there's a difference if you understand what I'm saying. It actually angles the stage, but you can only move left and right, opposed to like modern Kirby games that are really only on a horizontal plane, but they have like 3D graphics. So let's not break these blocks and just kind of come under them, I guess. And I actually want to make a new ability right here, because what you want to do is grab a bomb. I believe right here you need the bomb ability to break one of the things to get a crystal shard. Because right here, here's an example of where you need to use an ability to collect the crystal shard. As you can see, that mound was black, which means you have to use the bomb ability to get to it, which is represented by black. So, and some of the crystal shards, usually the crystal shards that involve using the certain abilities. That was crazy. We just threw our bombs into each other. And yeah, usually the crystal shards that involve using a certain ability, usually they never like tell you beforehand what you need. So many times you're gonna find yourself going back and getting the ability and then playing through the stage again. So right here we have another cutscene. And as you may notice, Waddle Dees in this game are not enemies. They are actually replaced with the little gray guys. The Waddle Dee in this game is actually a friend. But before he can become our friend, this dark matter is going to possess him. So Kirby shows up, and he's like, hey bro, what happened? But the Waddle Dee is now, surprise, now is a Waddle Doo. And so Waddle Doos aren't actually enemies in this game either. This is the only Waddle Doo, and he serves as like a little mini boss. So we're not gonna kill him, we just have to unpossess him. So let's just do it. He takes like 3 or 4 hits to die. So just do this a few times. And he's gone. He's unpossessed now. That was easy enough. And we get the 3rd Crystal Shard from him. So that's all for this stage. So the dark matter flies away. He comes to his senses. And the Waddle Dee decides to embark on the trip with Kirby and the fairy. I don't know the fairy's name. I'm just going to call her Fairy. So at the end of every stage in this game, it's kind of like an upgrade to the jumping game in Kirby's Dream Land 3, but since this is in 3D, there are actually 2 things you have to do. First, you have to set the angle at that you want to jump, and then you decide how far you want to jump. Alright, we actually got the 1-up. Alright, so as you can see, there's like food and a maximum tomato and a 1-up and all that stuff. So, as you can see, when you complete a stage, it kind of fills in the color and brightens up the icon. And as you can see, the 3 little diamonds are actually the Crystal Shards, and the stage number in this game is represented by a dice. As you can see, it's 1 dot for stage 1, 2 dots for stage 2, and so forth. So let's come here to stage 2, and let's see, can we combine an ability? What's the double bomb? And yeah, you can do a double of the same ability. Oh yeah, this is the missile. It's very weird to use though, because it kind of like angles up, as you can see. Yeah, many of the abilities in this game are very absurd, and they just make absolutely no sense. And it's not really that they make no sense, they just control very weird. I'm gonna get rid of this ability, because what I want to do now... Okay, that happened. Alright, let's see. I believe there's 2 stone guys right here. So let's actually make a double stone. Because this is a very OP ability. Watch this. It's basically a larger version of the regular stone. This is all the regular stone is, but it's like double the size or something. And as you can see, unlike most other Kirby games, pretty much unlike all other Kirby games, the stone, you can actually walk with the stone ability and move around, which is a very big difference from the other games where you just kind of have to sit in place. And yeah, many of the things in this game are very different from a lot of the other Kirby games. I think that's because this is one of the very few Kirby games that wasn't directed or made by Sakurai, the creator of Kirby, also the creator of Smash Bros. He had no influence on this game, I don't think, which is why some things are pretty different from most other Kirby games. So as you can see, the stars are back, the little star collectibles are back from Kirby's Dream Land 3, and they do the same thing. You fill up the bar at the bottom and you get an extra life. I think this is the last time the stars appear though, the little star collectibles, I believe. So let's actually get rid of this, and let's do this, and yeah, there's a spark right here. Oh, he destroyed it, that's no fair. Well, now we have spark, and I believe there should be another guy that we can just make an ability with. Let's get double spark, actually. I like the double spark. So double spark basically is just a giant electrical field. It's really cool. It looks like a giant magnetic field or something. It's crazy. You just get rid of everything. He's like using the force or something. Alright, so let's come out here. And yeah, the Waddle Dee is actually going to roll this platform around and power it. And yeah, we just gotta take the lift down. And there should be a Crystal Shard around here. So let's see. Let's actually jump a little bit early because you need to make it back up onto the platform. Alright, I safely landed back up on the platform. If you usually jump after the platform kind of goes to the right, usually you won't be able to make it back up. Kirby will get tired and fall down. So you gotta be careful about that. I think this is the first game where Kirby gets tired from flying to make it a little less OP, which is actually pretty smart because usually you could like fly through the entire stage, which is very OP. So we got a 1-up. And here is another mini-boss. And you could just shock it. And we'll actually create lightning bolts if it's not really within range. If it's close to the range, but not exactly in the force field, it will, like, shock them. So, you kill the boss and you actually get another Crystal Shard. And so here's another cutscene. And so here's a painter. It's not the same one from Kirby's Dream Land 3, though. It's actually a different one, but very similar. So I believe it's supposed to be a girl. It looks kind of like a guy, but then again, could be like a 5-year-old girl. I think it is supposed to be a 5-year-old girl. So, the 5-year-old girl painter got possessed, as usual. Alright, so basically, it's basically the same boss from Kirby's Dream Land 3, although a little bit less powerful. The paintings are usually just like common enemies, and they're not actual like bosses or anything. Because this is only a mini-boss in the game, technically. It's... Oh, that didn't work. I didn't actually kill it before. So this mummy guy's back. And it makes a blob of pixels. I don't know why. And then that's it. So she'll get mad. Oh yeah, she's gonna make some of these now. So she does make some of these. It's the same thing from Kirby's Dream Land 3. Like, it's literally the same thing. Yeah. I like how it's kind of like a 2D thing, almost like as if it were like in the style of Paper Mario, which is pretty cool. Because it's literally like the same sprite from Kirby's Dream Land 3. Alright, so now we actually have a little dark matter that we have to fight. It doesn't do anything though, it kind of just does that and that's it. And it dies in like 3 hits. So now she's gonna get mad, but you just hit her once and she flies. Jesus Christ, Kirby's like shocking little 5-year-old girls over here. That's pretty harsh. Okay, so let's grab the Crystal Shard. So now the dark matter should fly out of her body. Okay, so she comes to her senses, and even though Waddle Dee didn't do anything at all, they're like, we did it, bruh. And they're like, come on, join us. Waddle Dee's like, challenge accepted. So now they're just running. The end. Okay, so let's see. Let's try to get that maximum tomato. Oh, it's a mystery. The mystery. I don't think the mystery does anything. To be honest, the mystery doesn't do anything. It's just there. It makes you think like you're gonna get something, but it does nothing. I think. I don't know. I didn't see it do anything. So that was stage 2. Let's come here to stage 3. And this is around DDD's castle. King Dedede's castle. You don't actually fight him though. He's a friend in this game too. Also very strange. Oh yeah, I forgot you can walk with it too. But as you're doing it, as you can see, the force field gets smaller as you walk with it. So really, you just kind of, if you want to get the maximum effectiveness, you just want to use it like that. I'm actually going to get rid of it. I believe you need to use a certain combination of abilities. So I'm just going to mess around. Oh yeah, I love the double fire too. Let me try to get a double fire. Double fire is very powerful. It's like a fire phoenix or something. It's like the regular ability, you just shoot forward for a short distance. But with this, you go flying. Like, look at this. And so yeah, this is also influencing. This is like, what's the word? Showing off more of the 2.5D effects that this game has. That I wish they brought back in another Kirby game. I know they're making that sequel to the, what's it called? The sequel to Canvas Curse on the Wii U, but that's not like a true Kirby game. That's like a spin-off or something. So I hope we get like a real Kirby game on the Wii U one day, and hopefully we'll have maybe some of the same things that Kirby 64 had. So that platform was actually supposed to move to the right, but we just kind of flew over it. So let's see. Yeah, you can actually break that. Don't go back there, Kirby. No, please don't do that. Alright, so, you know what, just forget it. It's no Crystal Shard or anything. So let's just make our way up here. Like I said, if I miss any Crystal Shards, I don't think I've said this before, but if I miss any Crystal Shards, I will just get them on my own time, because I do want to get all of them. I'll try to show you as many as possible, but no promises. So let's just fly on over here. Now we're kind of on like another layer. We're on the wall outside of the castle. So, here's another piece of food. We already have full health though, so let's just... I wish you could like cancel the ability so you don't go as far. I actually got scared that I was gonna die in the other room because I forgot you can't really cancel the ability. Oh yes, that's right. To get that, you need to use a cutter ability. Alright, good. He actually made it up. Alright, so, wrong button. Let's just get rid of this and try to find our... Okay, that happened. I forgot they land. So actually, what you actually need to do... I believe you actually need to get a double cutter ability, so... Here's another guy. Alright, that actually made the double cutter. Alright, so the double cutter, basically... A large portion of Kirby's body will become a giant spiked boomerang, and he just becomes a blob walking around, and his face becomes like the boomerang. It's very, very weird. I was kind of scared when I saw this ability for the first time, so I don't think you can get down here with the regular cutter. I think you can't like angle it or anything, so you need the double cutter to cut into the ground to get that crystal shard. So right here is an example of where you need to use a... Wait, no, never mind. She just gives you a maximum tomato. I thought it was going to be a puzzle crystal shard, but it's not. And so, one of the crystal shards is actually, I remember it's above this little door right there, that little opening. It's right there, so very simple. And then the last crystal shard is when you kill off King Dedede, so just... Let's make our way to the top. It looks like a church in here or something. This doesn't look like no castle. I swear, those guys are from Mario. Those guys are from Mario, I swear. They're in this game now, too. I mean, they're both Nintendo games, so I can't blame them, but still. That's a Mario enemy, I swear. That's not supposed to be here in Kirby. The little buzzsaw guy, but he gives you cutter if you swallow him, so just... Yeah. These are actually ropes that you can climb on, so this introduces, like, the ropes. And, on many of the ropes, there will actually be these... spark guys. I don't know if you saw that one before, and they'll go up and down on the rope and try to kill you. So here's the opening. It's the one with the light on it, obviously. So let's climb up here now. And another cutscene showing how King Dedede will become possessed. So he spots the crystal shard that just probably spawned there from some coding bug or something. And so he's like, no, you can't have this. This is mine now. But then dark matter kinda comes and ruins the fun, and you'd think he'd go into Kirby, but no. As usual, he's not gonna go into Kirby. He's too good. So King Dedede gets possessed, and now we have to kill him. He kinda acts the same way he did in Kirby's Dream Land 3. This is a successor to Dream Land 3. It's supposed to come after it. So really, a lot of things are similar. And it's like this is only like the second console Kirby game. Usually, yeah, they were all handheld before that, except for Dreamland 3, and also, no, Adventure was on the NES, and Superstar was on the SNES, but you know what I mean. This follows up to the, Dreamland series. So we killed King Dedede, got the Crystal Shard, and now he's mad. But then he's like, wait, maybe if I work with Kirby, he'll give me some food. So he's like, fine, I'll go. So now he's our friend now. He just tries to eat all the food though, so yeah, don't want to bring him to the picnic. We actually got the food. I was going for that. Either the maximum tomato or that. So we did it. That was stage 3. And so here's the boss, Wispy Woods. As you can see, the boss is represented by a skull, and when you defeat it, you'll get one big crystal shard. And I don't really know any of the bosses' names in this game except for Wispy Woods and a couple of the other bosses. So definitely very different from most other Wispy Wood battles, as you can see, because now it's in 2.5D. It's kind of like in a circle. Most of the bosses are in like little 2.5D circles like this. And so you have to kill all of his little tree minions first, then he'll get mad. And I believe his roots do something. Yeah, his roots are actually going to go out, and you need to damage his roots like that. I should probably get rid of this, because it's actually very slow. The ability's very slow and ineffective. So I'm going to do that, actually. I'm trying to get the double apples. So when you spit an enemy or an object in this game, it actually doesn't turn into a star. It keeps its form. Like I said, very different from most other Kirby games, so let's just do that, I guess. Yeah, so no, his roots don't get destroyed, you just gotta hurt him like that. And I feel like now that I look back on this, the tree boss from the Triple Deluxe, the Flower Woods or something, because of how it uses its roots, I believe it got some influence from this Wispy Woods battle. Now I think about it. So when you actually get like more than two, I got hurt, I got rid of them. But when you have two or more objects in your mouth at once, very, very weird. I probably should have put that different. But yeah, when you suck in more than two things, it actually turns into like a little clear crystal or something. So, Wispy Woods is dead for the 4th time, or however many Kirby games there's been before this. And we got the Crystal Shard, one of the first large Crystal Shards. And I guess the crystal is like their source of power, I believe it is. It's like the little fairies' source of power, because the fairies actually have their own planet, their own world, which we will get to at the end of the game. That's like the last world in the game or something. So it actually opens up the portal. Maybe Super Mario Galaxy 2 was influenced by that, because that's exactly what happened in Mario Galaxy 2. The Grand Star opened up the portal to the next world. In this game, the Crystal Shard, for whatever reason, opens up a portal to the next world. So maybe it did. I mean, they're both Nintendo. Usually Kirby and Mario games, sometimes, usually not too much, but sometimes they can get some little things from one another. And so here's actually how it transitions between the different planets. It kind of like zooms out and all this fancy stuff. So, alright guys, like something just happened, glitched out or something. But yeah, that's it. So on the next part we are going to do level 2 Rockstar, and that was, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game. It's a very good game. It's not really one of my favorites, but it's definitely at the top of the list somewhere. It's pretty good. I'm really looking forward to this Let's Play. So yeah, that's it for this part. So don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed watching this video, and subscribe to stay updated for more Kirby 64. That is all for now.